In this Jenkins Law Library video tip of the week, I'm going to focus on Fastcase and look at how you can find cases that cite law review articles that you're interested in. Now, it's easy to find cases that cite cases. Here I've done a search for the Miranda decision and found that it has been cited a mere 36,000 times since it was handed down. But that, again, that's cases citing cases. What I want to do in this video tip of the week is look at cases citing law review articles. Okay, the first thing you should be aware of when you're searching for cases citing law review articles is people miscite things. They mangle citations. You should just always remember this. So keeping that in mind, the best way to search for citations to law review articles is to use proximity searching as opposed to searching by the exact citation. Here we go. Now I'm going to use as an example an article from the Harvard Law Review, and you can see I've entered the query 89 W/2 Harv W/2 Rev W/2 1318. Now I'm using the Blue Book citation, and I get 86 hits. All right. Now let me go back and compare that with searching by the exact citation. Okay, as you can see right here, see how many hits we get with that. We get, I believe it's 85. Yeah, we get 85 hits. Okay, what's the difference? Well, I just happen to have the citation here. Someone actually cited it as Harv law rev dot, which is a miscite. This drives law librarians crazy. Okay, point number 2 I'd like to make. When you're using proximity, I generally use W/2 within 2 words, but for some reason in Fastcase, you need to use W/8 between before the page number. I could go into the boring details about this, but you probably don't need to know that. Just know that you need to do it. For example, here is an article from the Minnesota Law Review, 58 Min Rev 349. You can see I use all the W2s here, and I get 193 hits. However, when I use W/8 before the 349, I get 198 results. I get 5 extra results. And are they noise? No. They are cases that cite it with no spaces between the elements or the abbreviations in the citation. And generally, I've noticed that when there are no spaces and it's just letters and dots all together, you see this situation crop up. So the easiest way to deal with it, because you can never anticipate when it's going to happen, is to always use W/8 before the page number. Okay, we're moving along to single letters and punctuation. Omit all the single letter abbreviations as part of the journal title. You can see here that I didn't search for Harv L Rev. I omitted that with my proximity search. Same here with the Minnesota Law Review. I left the L off as well. You should also omit all punctuation except for the apostrophe. That's the only one I've come across so far that I need to include. So I've done a search for cases citing law and society review here, and I'll show you that I get 1 citation for it. Okay, and here is the cite within the case. You can see I could omit the ampersand. I had to include the apostrophe, and there you go. Okay, last point that I want to make is about the wildcard. Can you use it when you're searching for citations to law review articles? Yes, but you have to be intelligent in how you use it. I'll give you an example here. I'm looking for a citation to an NYU law review article, and there's the volume and the page number. And when I search this way, just NYU within 2 Rev, I get 6 hits. However, as I said to you before, people will mangle citations. And there are people who actually have the L appended to the NYU. They basically cite it as N.Y.U.L. And so I get 1 hit here, as you can see here. So, you could do both queries and combine the hits in the print queue, and that works just fine. Or, if you want to get fancy, you can use the asterisk and just type in NYU asterisk, and that will actually give you all 7 hits in one set.